What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about Deathless Vision today. So I took this champ up to rank 3 on my free-to-play account, and I have it at rank 2 on my main account. I want to show off where he thrives. A lot of people have discounted him already for being not that great, and I can't blame them to a certain extent. He is unawakened right now. We will be able to awaken him soon, and I really think that once we can awaken him, he will feel a lot better. He'll feel a lot more consistent. But as of right now, he is unawakened. But even then, in his proper matchups, which is short form content, he does okay. He's not going to be blowing you away like getting 30-second times with Hulkling and CGR and Juggernaut, but 95% of champions can't do that. So that ground of comparison feels invalid because there's only a handful of characters that can do that in short form content. So Vision is much more of a utility damage balance. I do think his power drain should be stronger on his special 1. That is probably my biggest gripe, is his special 1 power drain feels weak, and I feel like it needs to be stronger, and he is going to be in the rebalancing phase, like he is subject to that. So I'm hoping that in that process they find that his power drain should be stronger on the special 1. Of course, special 2 and special 3, it should be stronger as well, but I'm not going to fight every battle. If I can just win one, that's all I really care about. But I have some ideal matchups here for Deathless Vision. This is rank 3, no synergies, no boosts, no recoil. This is just unawakened Deathless Vision in Thronebreaker event quest, and then I have some duels from the CCP beta server with an awakened rank 2 Vision. So we have unawakened rank 3 and awakened rank 2, and you're going to see that they are kind of similar. So let's start off with Vision's most ideal matchup. Apologies for the aspect ratio for this video. Some of the recordings were from my iPad. But this right here, this is Vision's most ideal matchup, Mr. Sinister. I think he's probably one of the best Mr. Sinister counters now because he has access to a passive heal block, which is very long, and he's a robot, so he doesn't have to worry about Sinister degenning him when he uses his special 1. Vision is just great for Mr. Sinister. He feels really solid. This is 330,000 health, Mr. Sinister. The only thing I have benefiting me right now is class advantage. There's nothing else. There's no tech node. There's no synergy bonus. This is just Vision being Vision. And this 300,000 health Mr. Sinister is just about dead here. We're utilizing that phase to punish his specials quickly, and that's a 330,000 health Mr. Sinister in 40 seconds with Deathless Vision. Definitely not bad. Again, if you're using him in the short form content where he is supposed to be used, he feels a lot better, and I bet he'd feel similar in certain war situations. So this right here is with an awakened rank 2 Vision against Winter Soldier. Now I'm only showing this fight because it's kind of a rite of passage to show every new champion against Winter Soldier. This is not going to be the fastest Winter Soldier takedown. This is also a rank lower than the Vision you just saw. The difference here is that this Vision is awakened. Now, preface, Vision will not be able to be awakened until later this year when one of the Summer of Suffering cycles has an objective to use Vision to dupe Vision. So you can't dupe Vision right now, but we will be able to dupe him very soon. And what the dupe does is it essentially gives him a bonus attack boost whenever the opponent has a heal block passive. So it's like having an additional Fury and a half whenever the opponent has a heal block. So right off the bat, you're starting off with, instead of 3 or 4 Furies, it's more like 5.5 Furies from one use of your phase. I think that's solid. I think it makes him a lot more consistent because you start off with a higher damage level. And again, I'm not trying to convince you that this guy is the next big thing. I'm just trying to show people that he is not as bad as they are saying he is. He definitely has some juice, he hits decently hard, and he feels super consistent. You know, it's not the most incredible damage in the world, but he feels decent enough, especially considering most of the gameplay that you're seeing now with people playing Vision is with him unawakened. Now seeing what he's like awakened at one rank lower, it's okay. A minute and a half for Winter Soldier from a rank 2 dupe 7-star is fine. It's not breaking any records, but it's fine. He's not meant for long-form content, at least this type of content, you know, like 550,000 health plus. He is much more geared towards that 350 and below, which is the number that I consider to be short form. Is anything less than 350,000 would qualify for me as short form content. Anything above that is bordering like Act 7, Act 8 health pools, which is definitely not short form content. And that's not where Vision is going to thrive. He's not thriving in shorter content. Or he is thriving in shorter content. He is not thriving in longer content. Because once he ramps up, there's not much more to go from that ceiling. Once he gets to those 12 Furies and, you know, like 13, 14 with the heal block counting as an additional attack increase, that's it. But that damage, that level of damage that you can reach with the Furies that he can stack is good enough for short form content. So this is a 270 health Star-Lord, 270k health Star-Lord from the CCP test server. Again, we are using the phase here to get openings. One thing about using Vision's phase is if you use it during a special attack, not only do you pause your Furies, but you gain a Fury when missing the opponent's special attack. So it's just a nice extra bit of utility, extra bit of ramp up benefit to phase a special and then counter immediately. You'll see that. You saw that in the Sinister fight, and you kind of saw that in the Star-Lord fight. This Cyclops fight, I think I do it here. So I have two Cyclops fights, actually. This is the rank 2 Sig 20, and then I have a rank 2 Sig 40. Actually, I don't know which one is first, but I'll find out when I see the time. But I have two Cyclops fights here. This is, again, 270,000 health, so short form content where Vision thrives. And these fights are relatively fast, you know? Again, not 30 seconds, not 25 seconds like the most broken characters, but most attackers in Battlegrounds are putting up like 40-ish to 50-ish second times against the typical defenders, you know, when you're not going up against nukes. You're putting up times similar to that. And Vision, he can hang with some of those times. He's not going to be the most versatile attacker, but for the matchups where he can work, he will work very well. So that right there was a rank 2 Sig 40. You saw that was 42 seconds there. Now this fight right here, this is a rank 2 Sig 40. The other fight was rank 2 Sig 20, I misspoke. This is a rank 2 Sig 40, which I think I will be getting my Vision up to on my free-to-play account is rank 3 Sig 40. But this right here, one rank below, but 20 more Sig levels, and I don't think he necessarily needs super high Sig. I feel like Sig 40 is a really decent spot for him, and it just feels good. Like this damage, with barely any ramp up, we've just gotten to 2/3 of our ramp up, and 270,000 health is almost gone. We're using that phase to get a quick counter. We're also stun immune during that phase, so that helps for certain nodes and interactions. And look at that, man. 37 seconds, rank 2 Sig 40 for 270,000 health. Now, of course, there's class advantage, but again, you're going to want to use him in ideal matchups. Champions like Mr. Sinister, champions like Bishop, champions like Havoc. He's going to be very good for those types of defenders. Now, I have a couple of more fights here with my rank 3 Unawakened 7-star in the Thronebreaker event quest. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is not the tech chapter. There are no synergies boosting my damage. There are no masteries boosting my damage like recoil. This is just rank 3 Unawakened Deathless Vision doing what he does. And what he does is consistent damage with decent power control. That's about the gist of it. It's consistent damage with decent power control. Is it the best power control in the game? No. Is it better than the other Vision's power control? No. But does he have a higher ceiling than both of those Visions? Yes. Especially once he's awakened with that additional benefit of the heal block granting an attack rating increase, he will deal more damage than both of the Visions currently. Now, I know Sweeto made a video comparing the damage of Age of Ultron Vision and Vision Deathless, and that's super fair. I think him not keeping up with his original 6-star counterpart is not exactly a great look, but I do genuinely think that over time, especially once people can awaken this guy, he will feel a lot better. And once people stop focusing on the not immediate access to the damage. Like, you need a couple of phases to get going, but if you play him properly, it doesn't take that long to get ramped up. It takes maybe 20 seconds into the fight to start feeling the damage go up. I have found that using his special 1 is the quickest and most efficient way to ramp up, because you'll see that you can kind of get into a little loop once you start using that special 1 of baiting a special, using a special, baiting a special, using a special. You'll kind of see that. I think you see it in this fight. You definitely saw it in the first Mr. Sinister fight, that once you use your special 1, right as they get a bar of power, like right above the threshold, you use the phase to get an opening. The amount of power you have and the amount of power they have means you can do another full combo, throw another special 1, and then again, if you use the phase for an opening, you can go for a full combo, go for a relic, and then push them above another bar of power. You're back at a special 1, you use your special 1, power drain them over or under a bar of power, you get the phase charge, and look at that, you're ramped up, and by the time you get fully ramped, the opponent is basically dead. And there's a 33k crit on the special 1 just for good measure. 45 second, 280-ish thousand health Emma Frost. He's not bad. I'm not going to sit here and say that he is the best Deathless, because I don't think he is. I think out of the Deathless that we have so far, I don't think he is the best. He's probably the worst Deathless, but even being on the low end of the Deathless scale, I think he's alright. I think he's decent, and especially once we can get him awakened, he will feel a lot more consistent. I think he will strive and thrive in those ideal mutant matchups. Mr. Sinister, I would say, is his best match, because the special 1 is easily countered with a parry into a phase, and you can get up to 5 Furies from that if you're quick enough on the counter. He's also going to be good for Bishop, for Havoc. Not that great for Domino, but he'll be great for just a slew of mutant defenders, and he can also take other champs like that America Chavez he took with no real problem. He took that Star-Lord, Star-Lord's not a defender, but just for the sake of the example, if someone threw Kate Bishop down, or someone put, I don't know, name an attacker, and he can probably handle it. Someone put a Werewolf by Night down, or something like that. He would be able to handle it okay. It wouldn't be the most incredible fight, but he can get it done. If you're using him in those ideal matchups, that's where you're going to see him shine and thrive. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you think of Deathless Vision a little differently now that you've seen him in his ideal matchups in content where he is supposed to be used. And let me know your thoughts on Deathless Vision. Has your mind been changed from this video? If so, let me know. If not, that's fine too. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to think about champions in this game. Not at all. That is not my place. You make your own decisions, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not already. We're on the road to 40,000 subscribers. We are almost at 34,000. We should be able to hit that by the end of August, and maybe even hit 35,000 by maybe September, October. So, we're on the road to 40k, and of course that 50k, halfway to 100k goal is still on the horizon. But in any case, again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.